Peewee here. Hey, welcome back to Living in Liberty with Peewee. Good to have you on here today. If you enjoy these videos, be sure and like and subscribe and maybe share that with a friend. Well, the title of today's episode is Boots with a question mark. And the question is, are boots right for Peewee? So a little background, I grew up in DeKalb County, but I really grew up in town. I grew up in town, up in Smithville, and so I'm living in Liberty now. I've lived in different places, city, I've lived in the suburbs, I've lived in the country, but I've never owned a pair of cowboy boots. So moving back to Liberty in DeKalb County, I told my wife, months ago, I said, I think I need a pair of cowboy boots. Now, my wife and my youngest daughter, who still lives with us, she's in high school. My two oldest ones are in Cincinnati and married and heading toward marriage. My youngest daughter and my wife said, we don't think you look like a person that wears boots. And I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And to be honest with you, I was thinking myself, I don't know, am I a boot person? Am I someone that wears a pair of cowboy boots? Can I pull that look off? Are they going to be comfortable? Will I wear them? Have I really been missing out on something that everyone else seems to have? And the interesting thing is this. So as we was heading toward Christmas, I talked my wife into getting me some cowboy boots for Christmas, some Ariat Rambler boots. I've done my research. They're a good first boot for people. And so my wife reluctantly bought these boots for me for Christmas. And it's interesting, I found out online that two of our preschoolers in our church, Bo and Anderson, they got cowboy boots as well. And so we've got two preschoolers and a 51-year-old preacher that's got some new cowboy boots. But now here's the thing. I've had a chance to wear these boots now a number of times, and I can tell you that by far, they're the most comfortable pair of shoes I may have ever owned. And I'm sitting there thinking, I am 51 years old, and I have missed out on something that I think is going to be so good. Comfort, they look good. At least I think they look good. My wife, I still think she's getting used to them, but I'm sitting there thinking, I have missed out on this. And here's the thing. For years, I would see people wearing boots, and I would think, I don't know if I understand it. They don't look comfortable. They look cool, but I don't know if they look comfortable. And so I was on the outside looking in, thinking, I don't know if I really need them or not. And here's the thing. At 51, I needed them. And at 51, I love them. And so I've been missing out on them for a long time, so I'm enjoying the boots. But now, here's the thing about the Lord. There are people in the world that are out there that have seen the Lord at work from a distance. They have heard about what He has done in other people's lives. And they are thinking to themselves, well, I just don't know if that's for me. I don't know if walking with God is for me. And sometimes people that don't know God, have never called on Jesus, and they're just outside of the faith, they look at Christians, they think, I don't know if that's for me or not. I don't know if I could live that life. I don't know if that fits who I am. And here's what I want to tell you, that, getting some boots, I'm enjoying these boots, but getting a pair of boots is not life-changing. It's definitely not eternity-changing. But if a person really knows God and they walk with Him, listen, that is life-changing. That is eternity-changing. And here's the thing. If a person out there says, I don't know God, I'm watching it from a distance, and I don't know if He is for me, I can tell you this, He is. He is. And so, listen, I know it seems like you don't understand. Maybe you don't understand a lot about God. Maybe you do. Maybe I'm talking to people today that say, yeah, I walk with God, and I know. But if you're that person that says, I'm on the outside looking in, and I just don't know if that's for me, I'm going to tell you just to take a step toward the Lord. You know what? Call on God and say, God, I need you in my life. I don't exactly know how bad I need you, but I need you. Here's the thing. These boots, I didn't realize what I was missing out on, and now I realize how great they are. A person that later on has a relationship with God, they look back on all the years that they were sort of walking out there on their own, and they realize how much they had missed Him for so long. And listen, everyone needs the Lord. Now, years ago, Henry Ford was developing the first automobile. And in a quote of his, he said if he had asked the people what they wanted, the people would have said faster horses. But he didn't give them faster horses. He gave them something that they didn't even know they needed. But once the automobile was created and put into manufacturing and people began to see them operating, people were like, you know what? I don't know much about that, but I think I need one of those. And I tell you what, walking with God is similar. People look at him from a distance, but I can just tell you from walking with him for a long time, every one of us, we need him more than we know. And there's times that we're well aware of it, and we walk with him, and then there's times we take him for granted. We don't want to get into that routine, but we need him. And walking with him is greater than any expectation we could have had. So maybe you're already a believer today. Hey, keep walking with God, and he's amazing. Maybe you're someone listening and saying, you know what, I'm wanting to try out or trying to step toward God. If that's you, by all means, look toward the Lord. He's looking at you. He knows who you are, and he loves you. Listen, today, that is Living in Liberty with Peewee. And we're going to take a ride down the road for a second. I'll be back in just a minute for a quick word. Let's go see what's happening in Liberty today. Hey, this is Brother Jason back from our road trip. I guess you could tell I just about run over my lunch. A chicken running across the road, that's a daily sighting here in Liberty, Tennessee. But hey, listen, we preachers, we love our chicken. Preachers love chicken, and we'll take it any way we can get it. And listen, on a future broadcast or episode, we're going to take this Bob Ross Chia Pet that someone gave me as a gag gift. We're going to unbox that. We're going to put some water on it, and every now and then we'll give an update on how it's doing. Listen, thanks for tuning in to Living in Liberty with Peewee. Hit the like button and subscribe and share this with a friend. Listen, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it.